The FBI thought they had their guy in the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping case. They raided his house, they detained him, the whole 9 yards. There's just one problem. He says he has no idea who Nancy Guthrie even is, and now this case just got a whole lot messier. So here's what went down. Yesterday, the Pima County Sheriff's Office detained a suspect during a traffic stop south of Tucson, and they questioned this guy about the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, who vanished from her home over a week ago. Shortly after, he had the FBI launching a search at his home in Rio Rico, Arizona, about an hour south of Tucson, right near the Mexican border. And the timing, it seemed very significant because all of this happened just hours after the FBI released photos and videos of a potential suspect caught on camera at Nancy's door the night that she disappeared wearing a ski mask. And the footage reportedly generated a massive spike in tips, and so people were genuinely hopeful that this could be the break that investigators needed. But then things started to unravel. The homeowner, the suspect's mother-in-law, came out and told reporters that her son-in-law had nothing to do with this, saying he's just a delivery driver doing his job, and she flat out said, "No, that's not him. No, I can assure you that's not him." And then it was confirmed that the guy got released. And as far as his side of things, his name is reportedly Carlos, and he gave an interview to Telemundo where he explained that yes, the FBI searched his house with a warrant, damaging both his front and back doors in the process. He also said that agents told him that he resembled the person in the footage that the FBI released, though he completely disagreed with that assessment. Right, Carlos insisting that he has nothing to do with Nancy's disappearance. He doesn't watch the Today Show, he doesn't know who Savannah Guthrie is, and he had zero clue her mom was even missing.
When they finally told you this had to do with some kidnapping, like what were you thinking?
What the am I doing here? I didn't do anything, to be honest. Like, I'm innocent. I mean, I hope they get the suspect. I'm not it. They better do their job and find the suspect that did it so they can clear my name.
Right, and Carlos also said he has no idea why the authorities were even interested in him. They gave him no details about whether it was his car, his license plate, or what triggered the investigation. Also, he said technically law enforcement didn't pull him over, instead saying that he noticed them following him and pulled over himself. Right, and also claiming that it took hours before his rights were even read to him. And while he said that he does deliver packages in Tucson for work, he can't recall if he's ever made a delivery to Nancy's home. Though for their part, as of this morning, you had county officials saying that he was questioned as, quote, part of follow-up on incoming leads. And so, naturally, this whole situation had sparked a lot of criticism of how the FBI has been handling things. Senator Chris Murphy, seeing Carlos's interview and tweeting, "The FBI, now run by online influencers, hair tonic salesmen, and talk show hosts, has become a shell of its former self. The next president is going to have an enormous job to rebuild it." But then last night, you had FBI Director Kash Patel pushing back on Fox News, suggesting that they were actually making progress.
I will say we have made substantial progress in these last 36, 48 hours thanks to the technical capabilities of the FBI and our partnerships. And I do believe we are looking at people who, as we say, are persons of interest.
And today we learned from the FBI that there's a search in the Catalina foothills area related to Nancy Guthrie, though we have no other information on that. But then it gets weirder, right? Because this morning, TMZ reported that they received a note from someone claiming to have information about the kidnapper in exchange for 1 Bitcoin. Now, TMZ, they emphasized here that the legitimacy is unclear, especially since multiple media outlets have already received alleged and unverified ransom notes throughout the case. But this sender claims that they've unsuccessfully tried to reach Savannah and her family. Right? If they want the name of the individual involved, then I want 1 Bitcoin to the following wallet. Time is more than relevant. And so now we're waiting to see what happens. Also, if any other outlets get similar notes and whether any of this is legitimate. And now, with all this, you have people really focused on the situation for 3 reasons. 1, of course, a woman is still missing, and every day that passes, it makes finding her safely even more difficult. 2, this botched detention, it raises serious questions about investigative procedures with Trump's FBI. Right, how someone gets their house raided and detained for hours only to be released with no clear explanation of why they were targeted in the first place. And also now 3, the emergence of potential ransom notes, right? Real or fake, it complicates an already tense situation and it can interfere with the actual investigation.